By now, I'm sure most of you already know, my car leaks oil. He also wants to be introduced. This is Carl. Oh yeah, greatest day of his life. So everything you've just seen is recent. This didn't happen over time. This was all like a couple days of it sitting there. So this is a very fast leak. And I'm gonna show you guys in just a second how much comes out in just like 2 minutes. Actually 1. We're gonna set it right out here and I'm gonna put a timer on 1 minute, and I guarantee you there's gonna be a puddle so big that you're gonna think I lost a quart. I just did all my testing and then came to the conclusion that if the engine is warmed up, everything seals better. So of course it's not gonna leak as bad as it would when it's cold. But that just means I can't show you guys it fresh. But I mean, it's clearly bad. This was less than 2 minutes of just idling. So we know it's bad. That's the proof of it, and all of the street. So I'm gonna pull it up here. I'm gonna put the front on ramps. I'm gonna take out the oil filter and then take out the actual housing for it so that I can check out the gasket. And I've got another one, clean some stuff up, put it all back together. Hopefully it stops leaking. Then I got, oil filter, all that stuff. So I'm gonna do an oil change so that that's all good. And then we're gonna see if it leaks. Fingers crossed. Something that's unfortunate about having a lowered car is it's never easy to raise it up. Here's all my blocks. I don't think it's gonna make it up. Pro tip, if you're struggling to get your car up on ramps, a lift, up on a jack, one of the best ways to get it up, if you just have a few millimeters of clearance that you need, is to put a couple extra PSI of air in your tires so that you have that extra clearance. I'm gonna pump mine up to 40 because I can't get it on these ramps, but just make sure you don't take that air out before you take it off whatever it is, or you're gonna have to pump it up twice. So it's actually going surprisingly well. I don't want to jinx anything, but I haven't had any real issues. It is great outside. It is such the perfect temperature that I was actually able to take off my hoodie and come check it out. So a bunch of stuff was taken off to get in here. Half my engine's gone. Just kidding.
You like jazz?
But it is. The alternator I had to take out. I took out the air box, the air filter, a lot of the hose to that. A lot of sensors I pulled off just to get out of my way. And I just soaked right in here. These bolts, I just hit these with WD-40. And I gotta pull this out of the way. That's the alternator bracket. But right here is the piece I need to pull off. Oil filter housing. Overall, pretty shiny and clean. Parts, tools, parts. Right here's the block side. It doesn't look too bad. There was a couple pieces still stuck on there, but those are cleaned off. Definitely a lot of cake all in here. Really caked on there. But it shouldn't be too bad. Gasket. Oh yeah, box number 2. Ooh. Last night, I actually had an issue with the alternator and putting it on. Something wasn't right. I don't know how I got it off and it wouldn't go back on, but something wasn't right. I sent it off with somebody. They made some adjustments. It should be able to fit now, but I'm gonna go pick it up later. First, I'm gonna add the oil, which is right here down by my feet. That way that's done and out of the way. And then I have to put in the alternator before I can put anything else back together. But everything should be good and ready to go as soon as I go pick that up. I just went and picked up the alternator. It's right here. The problem with this thing was right here on these mounts. You can see these are solid. These top ones. These ones are bolts that are sunk in. But I'm gonna put the pictures up on the screen before and after because one of them was pushed in too far. But now that they're fixed, I should be able to sit this thing on there and put the whole car back together. That should be all set. All put back together. So, I'm gonna head to bed because it's dark out and it's super hard to see anything. But clearly there's an issue. This sucks. But we'll get it fixed. There's a little O-ring that I believe is leaking, which is right above the gasket that I just replaced. So I'm gonna tear it down tomorrow and we're gonna see if that's what it is. Leaving.
It's go time.
It is go time.
Okay guys, you're watching with me.
I'm gonna start it up. Keep your hands free and clear.
Yes, sir. I'm scared. Looks good up here. What are you looking at down there? Those drippies?
I mean, it's hard to tell because so much leaked before that it's all over the place, but I don't see anything.
So now what are you doing?
Well, this is still wet, so it needs to be soaked up.
Kitty litter? Hey, leave the leaf there. So he's gonna do this. And then I guess we're gonna check the oil and take her for a little spin, clean her up, and hopefully she's okay, right?
Hopefully.
Hopefully she stops leaking.
It just needs to last long enough so we can start the next video. The very next video, which you guys need to stay tuned for. You need to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you know right when it comes out. Because there's something special coming.
We got bigger problems right now.
It's finally done. I mean, it's been done, but it's done. It's all put back together. Drove it for a little bit, parked it for a little bit. It's been sitting. The floor under it is clean, so we'll know for sure if there is any drops. Hopefully there's not, but if there is drops, then we know there's gonna be a part 2. Please don't be a part 2. I hope it's fixed. I hope I can clean the driveway. I hope everything's gonna be all right. So let's start it up. Let's pull it forward and let's see if I fix this oil leak. I got it running right now, right behind me, sitting right here. And we're gonna see in just a second if it is still leaking bad when it's cold or if we fixed the majority of the leak, and it might be very, very small now. So in just a second, I'm gonna flip this camera over and we're gonna see when I pull it out of the driveway if it still leaks. So I know it's not easy to tell, but I've got water just from the exhaust. The engine was sitting about right here, and all of this was from the nightmare, meaning I see nothing. There's no drop, not even a drop, which is insane. But with that being said, that's it. The oil leak is fixed. It's not leaking like it did. I can finally clean the driveway. I can get rid of all these oil pads, and now we can move on to the next video, which it's coming soon, I promise. Some exciting stuff we're doing. Maybe an engine swap. I don't know. I'd hate to spoil it, but definitely stay tuned. We got some questions for you guys. We got some content for you guys, and it's going to be a great time. A great time. So stay tuned, and with that,